Stop hooking up and dating a whole bunch of acquisition funnel. Instead, seek to commit to the right business model. With that being said, I know you tried paid ads. I know you tried outbound, whether it was doing outreach yourself or training a team of appointment setters to do it for you. And I'm also sure you've tried to make content to grow your personal brand. You've been there. You hooked up with all of them. You date them all. Now, were you able to find a loyal one? Because my question to you is, do you believe in love? I know it's corny, but let me learn. Because for the same reason, one good girl is better than 1,000 pretty girls, the same reason the right business model is better than any Playboy models, aka any acquisition funnel. And so the problem with you and I, myself first included, is that we've been told that ads is better than content, or content is better than ads, or outbound is better than both. We've been told that by the gurus. And the thing is that the bigger the guru, the dumber their advice is, actually. Because think about it. They have a big ass audience. They have to make their message digestible to dumb people in that audience. They have to make it digestible for the whole masses. They have to make it stupid enough and understandable enough for everybody to understand it. So they have to make their advice digestible and dumb to appeal to the masses and make more money. And so their solutions are the type of solutions that works for everybody and anybody, even the dumbest of us watching this. And so they would say some stupid stuff like, just pick the right acquisition funnel and you can do everything else wrong. Yeah, right. I dare you to try. I mean, you can have a great acquisition funnel if you want, but if your offers suck, you're not going to sell to nobody. You're not going to close anybody. And the funny part is you're going to think the problem is your sales team. You're going to think you can't close. And so you're going to hire a closer if you don't have already, and you're going to train them, and then you're going to blame them because they can't close. But the problem in the first place is that your offer is so suck and nobody want to buy from you in the first place. And so even if you were able to get your hands on the best sales rep ever, he wouldn't even want to sell for you because your offer suck. And if they do end up closing these people by the grace of God, they won't even stick because your offer is suck. They're going to smell it. They're going to find out. And so my point is, you can't just pick the right acquisition funnel and expect it to solve the other problem of your business, because there's other things that goes into it. And talking about the gurus, like I was saying, there's a mind game that they're playing, and there's three main angles that they go about when they want to address the message to the masses. So they are rather going to use these three angles: easy money, lots of money, or long-term money. And the gurus will mostly preach easy money and lots of money. If you want long-term money, rather invest in index funds or just build a personal brand long-term, right? And so when they tell you to go all in on one acquisition funnel, which is mostly easy money and lots of money, right? If that acquisition funnel works, it will make you a lot of money, and it might even be easy as well, but it's not gonna last. Trust me. A great example is ads. And I'm not here to say that ads work. I run ads. But the thing with ads is that you have to acknowledge the fact that you can't just rely on ads. Because at the end of the day, it is going to scale your business. You are going to grow. You are going to see result because you spend money to make money. That's the main principle of ads. But the thing is, if you rely on ads for the long term, first off, the cost per acquisition is going to go through the roof, because the cost of acquiring the same eyeballs, the more you spend, the more it's going to become expensive. So your cost per acquisition is going to go through the roof. And at some point, you won't be profitable upfront if you don't change nothing. And I'm not talking about changing the creative on your ads. I'm talking about adding another acquisition funnel. Because the thing with that is that acquiring customer, at some point, if that's what you do, you're going to lose money by acquiring customer if you don't bump the price of your offer. Alex Hormozi talks about this, right? Client finance acquisition. If you don't bump the price of your offer, so if you don't give more value to people, and if you don't make enough money on LTV, on the long time value of a customer, there's no way you're getting around that. Because now that your cost per acquisition is going through the roof and you're losing money front end, you're gonna need to charge way more to be profitable upfront. And so that requires you to charge much more value upfront to your client. So optimize your offer. But then you cannot just rely on ads. You would have to rely on another long-term acquisition funnel, which would ideally be focusing on your personal brand, because this is what's gonna actually increase the perceived value of your offer in the first place, and which is gonna allow you to give much more value and charge more for the long term. Because ads alone are not gonna make it happen. You're going to lose money upfront at some point, and you're going to have to bump the price of your offer. Have another acquisition funnel to actually compensate and increase the long-term value of your customer. And so back to what I was saying, they will tell you to go all in on one acquisition funnel. And if that acquisition funnel does work, you will make a lot of money, but not for long. And another thing that is going right now in the market as you're watching this video is that there's this famous IG funnel that every single coach is selling for like 10 grand, right? You've seen it somewhere. If you're watching this, don't lie, you've seen it somewhere. And if you haven't, and this is your first time hearing about this, then don't fall for it. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Matter of fact, it does work. But the problem is that people are selling it, or selling this IG funnel for so much money while the information is out there online for free. This is literally what is going on in the market at this point. Because the funny thing is that it's not that it doesn't work. It sure does. But the thing is that when they communicated, they were saying it's easy money. Like I was saying, what are the gurus are going to focus on? They're going to focus on selling you on easy money and lots of money. Or one of them. Mostly both of them. In the beginning, it was easy money. Because that's what people heard. But lots of people got into it, and it becomes more competitive, and everybody who made money from it is now teaching people how to do the same and selling it for you as soon as possible, because the reality is that it becomes more and more saturated to the point where doing it is not even easy anymore. That's what's just going. And this trend right now is going on with the IG funnel. I don't even know how they call it, social funnel, IG funnel, value funnel, whatever. It's going on with this funnel, but at some point they're gonna have another gimmick acquisition funnel that is gonna be trending, and it's gonna change every fucking time, right? And that's the whole flywheel that's gonna happen every time. And so going all in on one acquisition funnel is like going for the looks in a chick. It's like going all in just for her looks. And listen, that's just my personal take. But for me, she could be a 10 out of 10. But if she can't praise the Lord, get out. Lord have mercy, but get out. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. And you have your things, right? Who knows, right? She could be a 10 out of 10. But if she's woke, you know. Anyways, I don't want to go too much into this. But we all have our red flags. And this is basically my main point. One acquisition funnel, she could be a 10 out of 10. But have a whole bunch of red flags. And it's the same thing here. You can have an acquisition funnel that does work. But if your offers suck, like I was saying, it's not gonna sell, my guy. And if it does, your clients are gonna get scammed. If you end up selling people with a bad offer, they're gonna find out. And if you have an acquisition funnel that does work, well, then it will work, but not but only for a limited time. Because then you'll have to find a new way to acquire clients. And it's a flywheel. You're gonna have to do that every single time. It's exactly like the example I was talking about on ads. And when I talk about ads, I'm not just talking about changing the creatives. No, I'm talking about finding a new way to acquire clients. Because why? You're gonna lose money upfront if you're only requiring on one acquisition funnel. It's not sustainable. That's just it. And so what does being married to the business model actually does to your life? As you saw in the title, what's the difference? And the best way to describe it, I'll use an example of starting a restaurant business via starting a tech company, right? So for the sake of the video, we're going to take Google as an example. So starting Alphabet, right? And the funny thing is that it will require you the same amount of hard work and the same amount of stress tolerance to make both of these businesses successful. But if you succeed at scaling Alphabet, you will actually end up with a market cap of $1.6 trillion with net profits margin of 21%, which is pretty damn fucking good, versus being able to build the most successful restaurant, which in this case would be Starbucks. You would end up with a market cap of $134 billion, which is good, not bad, right? But it's nothing compared to $1.6 trillion. And on top of that, your profits margin are 10% only there. Same amount of hard work, same amount of stress tolerance to make both of these companies successful. That's what leverage is. Now, I do have a video going on leverage really in detail if you want to learn more about that, because I don't want to repeat myself. But that's literally the definition of leverage. The problem here, that's literally what a guy who married and commit to the right business model would end up with than the other dude who just fuck around every time, everywhere. This is literally what having the right business model does to your life. As long as having the right wife. But hey, who am I to talk about this shit? I'm 17. But no matter how dialed Starbucks becomes, they will never be as successful as Alphabet unless they change their model. And so the leverage your model, so your vehicle provides, will dictate how big and profitable you can get. And with all of that being said, right, the right model actually consists of having the right system. So taking care of every single part of your vehicle. So what I was talking about is your vehicle here, which consists of your offer. Right? Those, I call them the pillar of your business, because your vehicle For the same reason the vehicle has 4 wheels, the same reason your business has 4 pillars. And it's simply your offer, the attention generated around that offer, the process to educate and nurture that attention, and then the process to convert that attention. So your offer, the attention generation, nurturing system, and conversion mechanism. And so an acquisition funnel will actually focus on attention, educating that attention, and converting that attention, which is not bad. But like I was saying in the beginning, if your offer sucks, there's no point of having the right acquisition funnel. And if you do have a great acquisition funnel, but you only rely on one of them, it doesn't work either. And this is what the right model actually does to your business. And this is what I do to our clients. This is what I would do for you if you are actually looking to leverage the right model. We'll take care of your offer in the first place before we start doing everything, so that you can deliver 10 times more value and charge way more to be profitable in the front end. And then we'll get to focus on generating that attention. So the traffic mechanism, the nurturing mechanism, and the conversion mechanism. So we have a client acquisition system that includes 3 funnels that take care of every single aspect of your business. And so outbound, paid ads, and organic growth. Organic growth to build a long-term personal brand for authority, credibility, and obviously a higher perceived value. Then paid growth, which is in fact inevitable. You do need paid growth if you want to see result fast, because at the end of the day, paid growth is like instant gratification. But then you need something that is going to be sustainable in the back end, which is going to be your brand, which is something that nobody else can compete with, and that is unique to you, and that is valuable and strong, and it compounds. That's also the big beauty of having a strong brand. Then on top of that, to scale all that shit up, outbound growth is going to 10x everything, because at the end of the day, yeah, ads is direct response, and ads does get you result fast, and so does outbound. But the thing with outbound is you do have actually in fact more control over the qualifying process, and you do have more control over the nurturing system of your clients, if I can put it that way, because I train appointment setters every day, and I teach them how to qualify, educate, and nurture clients before they book them on a call. This is something that I put a lot of importance on. And so if you were to work with me, I already have a pool of appointment setters that are trained that way, that will actually book you qualified and educated prospect through DMs. And so this is the actual beauty of leveraging both of these acquisition funnel. With ads, simple, you can run that with a $50 to $100 budget per day, and outbound team will only cost you $500 per month. And then we have our organic growth, where we already do have scripts, content strategy, and all that good stuff we'll take care of, and we'll edit, post, and redistribute all over your content. And this is how you actually do to leverage the right business model. And that acquisition funnel alone gets you 20 to 30 calls per month. That one, same thing with ads. And with the organic growth funnel here, you're playing the long-term game. This is literally the key. And for every single opt-in that comes from that ad, these people are not just gonna be left on in your CRM, because we on top of that have an AI that is tested, and that will take care of qualifying and handle objectifying, I don't know how the fuck you call it, your leads. So for every single lead that hops in from the ads, I was gonna call them, qualify them, answer the objections, because they'll be tested and trained with your offer, with our system. And on top of that, we have a follow-up system with our AI dialer, follow-up system with SMS and email and all that good stuff. This is literally the most leverage of leverages way to leverage the right business model. I said leverage a whole bunch of time. Now, in fact, if you do want to have this for yourself built out, and you want me to actually implement this in your business, because no, I'm not selling information, I'm selling implementation. If you do want to have this for your business, you want us to apply this in your business, book a call with me. If the link is not in the description, it is on my YouTube bio. Take care. Bye-bye.